Let me tell you about my tournament. So, I recently entered the 2026 Connecticut State Championship, and it was fun. Now, mind you, I live in New York. So, this was a 2 hour drive, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Now, here's a bit of backstory. So, I recently became a member, a USCF member last year, actually. I actually paid my membership and did the whole thing. And just so I could enter the 2025 Connecticut State Championship. So this tournament is my second classical OTB tournament, right? Over the board. My second classical tournament. And last year, I was just just blowing the dust off my skills. I went in and I think I ended on a half point. Ended on 0.5 out of four games, I think. Yeah, ended on 0.5 out of four. I think it was four games. Um, Now, this year, it's a 6 round tournament and it's 3 days. And it went on from the 6th to the 8th. And so I had to book. And luckily, the tournament was in a hotel. And there's a preferential rate for players that wanted to book a room in that hotel. So I did. So I had a room ready, and I was there from all 3 days actually. But I checked out early on Sunday. But anywho, so this is my second classical tournament, and so because my first classical tournament didn't go so well, and just blowing the dust off the old skills. So that tournament, going into this tournament, my rating was 891, right? Because my first tournament didn't go so well in the 2025 state championship. So, anywho, however, my skills, like my strength is far above that rating. You know what I mean? So in that sense, I'm underrated. Like I don't play like a 900 over the board. No one that plays me says that. So I figured it was only a matter of time. If I just keep going to tournaments, and my rating will catch up to what my strength is. No big deal. The thing is, I don't go to tournaments often, because life and kids and family, and it's scheduling is a pain in the ass. Trust me. The older you get, you have to almost move heaven and earth to make it to some of these tournaments, especially if it's a multi-day tournament where you're not going to be at home for a while, So, anyways, this tournament was good. I entered the under 1200 section, and it was 6 rounds. The first game on Friday night was at 7? Was at 7:30 p.m. Crazy. I think it was 7:30. It was either 7 or 7:30. I forget. But whew. And then after that, we go up to the room, and then you sleep and you get ready for a 3 rounds the following day. No, the tournament format was 90 plus 30, right? Very long games. No, I'm not going to go over every single game and I do a recap because I don't think that's particularly beneficial to you guys. But there are a couple things that I learned, because the more tournaments you go, you learn a bit more about yourself and the tournament environment. There's a lot, because like a 3-round tournament is crazy in a day. Like the first one was at 9, and then the other one was at 2:30, and the other one was at 6. Yeah. So No, I lost round one. So so let me not bury the lead. So I ended that tournament on 2.5, better than last year, right? Much better than last year. So I ended on 2.5 this time. No, round one, I should have won that game. I was crushing out the opening, up a pawn, and then I was like, oh, I'm winning. No big deal. Completely didn't calculate fully, and he played a move and in blitz mode. Ah, I'm winning, whatever. I played a move in like 10 seconds, and I didn't realize that at the end of the line, he didn't have to recapture a piece. He could just do something else. And I actually just lost a piece by move 17, and he just held on to it for the rest of the game. It was the craziest thing to look at the evaluation that by move 16, I was like plus 4.7. It was crazy, crushing. And then by move 17, 18, it's swing the opposite direction. It's minus 4.2. Giant blunder. So I had to learn to like just play more patient, you know, just don't take for granted that I'm out material and get out of blitz mode. Second game, well, here's something interesting. I played a blind guy. Crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. But for round two, there was this guy blind. He came with his own board that he could feel and manipulate. And and then I'm playing next to him on an actual board, and I have to speak out the notation for it. So he would say something like, pawn Charlie 4, right? And that would be him saying he's playing his pawn to C4. And I would say Bishop Bravo 7 to let him know that it's Bishop going to B7 and so on and so forth. So that's how we would talk. And he was really good. Boy, was he good. And I had to speak, so we went in our own section where it was separate from the overall tournament. Actually, you know what I'll do? I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this presentation, but because I took some pictures of the whole event. So here's what I'll do. I'll switch to my main view. It's gonna look kind of clunky, but you get to see me and you get to see the slideshow, right? As I talk. How about that? Cool. Okay, there we go. So, or I could just do the whole screen. What about the whole screen? If you prefer that, I'll just keep it. Uh, keep it like this and I talk? Nah, keep it like this. Anyways, so yeah, played this blind guy, very good, and he had his own board, like I said. Oh, and he also had headphones plugged in to the clock. So when he pressed a button, he would hear how much time he had on the clock and how much time I had on the clock. It was very new. So I had to play out this entire game and watch him like touch his pieces and feel the board to know what to put where. And it was just like a really novel experience. So my round two, I played a guy that was blind. So it just like like you could be blind and still have fun playing chess in tournaments. It was a beautiful thing. So, anyways, I won that game. That game came down. These are my score sheets. If you can. And that game was my game was round two. Yeah. And that game came down to, can you see? Oop, oop, oop. That game came down to 60 moves. And he resigned on the 60th move. I played the English. This entire tournament, I played my repertoire. I played the English and the modern defense. And yeah, it was very good. Now, one thing that I learned about myself in this tournament is my evaluation skills are fine, appropriate for the level I'm at, but my calculation skills needs work. I need to get much better at calculating. And I don't mean forcing lines. I just mean variations. Just like the ability to see and work through branches, right? So that needs that needs some more work. And what else? Now, even though I did not win this tournament, something happened at the end of this tournament that was that felt like a win. So while while it was what was this? It was right before round two. I'm in the hotel going down the elevator and I see this guy and I hold the door for him and he comes in and we talk. And it's like, hey, are you going to the tournament? And he's like, oh yeah, he is. I was like, oh wow, what section are you in? He said he's in the open. I was like, oh wow, that's really good. What's your rating? This man said 2638. I almost passed out. I almost passed out. I could not believe it. I felt claustrophobic as soon as he said it. 2638. How dare I breathe your air, good sir? Who am I to be breathing the same air as you? Oh, so, and he was one of 4 grandmasters in the open section. And so we were talking, blah, blah, blah. And we said, and I said, hey, I asked him, hey, would you like to play a blitz game? Like a couple blitz games after this round. And he's like, oh, sure. And the round ended and I missed him. I went upstairs because it was a 3-round day, right? Long day of chess. And I completely forgot to like wait for him, right? Anywho, but he was constantly walking, looking at my game. I'm looking at his game because you can get up and walk and look at these games, at everyone else's games. So, and I look at his games and so on. No, at the end of the tournament, so no, he actually went on to win the open section, and I think he ended on 5.5 points. Incredibly strong player. So at the end of the tournament, we were talking and we said, hey, you want to play some games? And he was like, yeah, sure. And we went around to the food court. And I kid you not, we played not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 10-minute rapid games. Oh my God, this grandmaster blessed me. I've never played a grandmaster. Obviously, I lost every single one of those games. But the lessons, man. He was Italian, and he told me that he was watching me throughout the tournament, and then playing me the first 2 games. He was like, okay, and he told me one of my pitfalls. And he said, oh, you push too many pawns. Like, you push too many pawns. Now, mind you, everything he's saying, I'm just soaking it. I'm just soaking it in because, like, he's a grandmaster. I'm not questioning anything this man says. Anything he says, I just do it. It's gospel to me. I just, man, hey, you, and it was a really charming Italian accent. He was like, oh, my Italian accent sucks, but he said, oh, you push too many pawns, yeah. I don't even know if that's an Italian accent, whatever. But when he said, oh, you push too many pawns, you weaken your squares, and you compromise this and that, and like, okay, cool. And then game 3 of our rapid game, I decided, let me play differently. Let me take his advice. And immediately there's a quality difference. And he was like, oh, you learn fast. Yeah. And I could literally feel myself getting stronger. And then game 4 and game 5, listen, game 4 and 5 might have been, in terms of quality, my my best rapid games of my life, because he was just like giving me slight nudges in terms of advice and nuggets and how to think about a position, and I was like, yo, I feel so strong right now. So and then at the end of it, we added each other on chess.com as friends. So now I can honestly say I have a grandmaster as a friend on chess.com, which is incredible to me. No, he, like I said, he basically told me what to fix in my game, and I'm going to focus on that, like legitimately focus on those things, because I could feel the strength increase. It just felt like a much higher quality game. Game 4 and 5 were of such a higher quality than game 1 and 2. And he even admitted, and and it was like, yeah, it's I'm okay. I play well, but there's some things I can improve on. And it just felt like, man, if I had a coach, oh my God, if I had a coach, who knows how good I would be. But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I'll see how strong I can get on my own, and eventually I'll get a coach. But yeah, this is my second over the board classical tournament, and we'll. I want to do more. I want to go to a lot more actually, because I've been studying. I don't play chess every day, but I do something chess related every day, whether it's um, going over opening lines, whether it's looking at a couple compositions, whether it's doing tactics or something. But I always do something, and I've been training for a while, partly in preparation for the tournament, but also partly because I don't want to just play chess play chess and not actually improve, because like you train to get better, to get stronger, then you play games and you go to tournaments to reveal your strength, right? So I spend a lot of time just training. But what I'll do is I'll make a more concerted effort in um, playing more games. Excuse me, and just playing more games. And these are these are like my little trophies, you know. Oh, speaking speaking of little trophies, um, they gave us these. Let me pick this up a little bit. So they gave us these, right? Can you see? Nothing special. It's basically like a participation. Thank you for coming. Is what this is. Is what I take this as. I will be making an effort to go to a lot more tournaments. I'll be training a lot more, and if anyone is interested in my training regimen, like how I train. All right, so thank you for sticking around just to hear me ramble about the recap of my tournament performance. So this performance for 2026 is much stronger than my 2025 performance, and hopefully I can keep this going. I do plan on going to the 2027, and hopefully I catch one. Hopefully I win. But yeah, stick around. We have a lot more chess to do. We have a lot more games to play. We have a lot more training to do. So stick around for the journey, and please comment, and come back for more. I'll be making more videos. I'm not going anywhere. The tournament is over, so now we're back on the grind. And yeah, my next video will be on the anti-run. So stay tuned for that. And I think that's everything. All right. Bye. Take care.